In a village nestled between rolling hills lived a young woman named Leah. Her heart belonged completely to her new husband, Kaelen. They were married, yes, but a chasm of sorrow separated them. Kaelen's first wife had passed away, and the ghost of that love still lingered in every corner of their home, in every quiet moment they shared. He was kind, but his eyes held a distance that Leah couldn't bridge, a sadness she couldn't soothe. Every meal she cooked, every smile she offered, seemed to bounce off an invisible wall of grief. Leah felt like a visitor in her own life, a footnote in a love story that had already ended. Desperate to feel the warmth of her husband's full affection, to truly become his wife in heart and soul, Leah decided she needed help beyond her own understanding. Her heart heavy with a mix of hope and despair, she made her way to the edge of the village, to the humble home of a wise old man renowned for his deep knowledge of the human heart. She found him sitting by a crackling fire, his eyes holding the wisdom of 1,000 stories. Leah poured out her heart, her voice trembling as she described her love for Kaelen and the painful distance between them. "I would do anything to win his love," she confessed, tears welling in her eyes. "Is there some magic, some potion, that can mend his broken heart and open it to me?" The old man listened patiently, his gaze never leaving her face. After a long silence, he nodded slowly. "There is a potion," he said, his voice a low rumble, "a very powerful one, but it requires an ingredient of immense rarity and courage. It requires a single whisker, plucked from a living lion." Leah's eyes widened in terror. A lion? The king of the wilderness? A creature of untamed power and ferocity? The thought sent a cold shiver down her spine. How could she possibly face such a beast? But then, she thought of Kaelen's distant eyes, of the lonely silence in their home. Her love for him was a fire that burned brighter than her fear. She looked at the wise man, her jaw set with a newfound resolve. "I'll do it," she said, her voice steady. "Tell me what I must do." And so began Leah's impossible quest. The very next day, carrying a small bowl of fresh meat, she walked toward the wild plains where the lions roamed. Her heart pounded against her ribs like a drum. She found the lion's den, a dark opening in a rocky outcrop. Keeping a safe distance, she placed the bowl on the ground and retreated, her eyes fixed on the cave. A magnificent lion, with a mane like a golden sunrise, emerged cautiously. He sniffed the air, then approached the bowl and ate. Leah watched, breathless, before quietly turning and heading home. Day after day, she repeated this ritual. Each morning, she would bring a gift of food, placing it a little closer to the den than the day before. She began to speak to the lion, not in words he could understand, but in a tone that carried no fear, only gentleness and respect. Her voice was a soft melody on the wind, a soothing hum that spoke of peace. "Great one," she would murmur. "I mean you no harm. I only come with a gift." The lion, in turn, began to recognize her. The initial wariness in his golden eyes was slowly replaced by a look of calm acceptance. Weeks turned into months. The distance between Leah and the lion shrank with each passing day. He no longer growled when she approached. Soon, he would wait for her, his massive head resting on his paws. He would eat from the bowl while she sat just a few feet away, her soft voice a constant, reassuring presence. She learned the rhythm of his breathing, the twitch of his ears, the language of his powerful form. He was no longer just a fearsome beast to her. He was a living, breathing creature whose trust she was painstakingly earning. One sunny afternoon, Leah approached the den as usual. The lion saw her and let out a low, rumbling sound that she now recognized as a greeting. He stretched out on the warm earth, and as she sat beside him, he did something that made her heart stop. He lifted his massive head and rested it gently in her lap. The weight was immense, the warmth radiating through her dress. She could feel the steady beat of his heart. For a long moment, she simply sat there, stroking his coarse mane, her own fear completely gone, replaced by a profound sense of connection. Her hand trembled, not with fear, but with awe. This was the moment. With the gentlest touch, her fingers found a single, stiff whisker near his powerful jaw. She gave it a quick, firm tug. The lion flinched slightly, lifting his head with a grunt, but his eyes showed no anger, only mild surprise. He looked at her for a moment, then laid his head back down. Leah held the whisker in her hand, a tiny, precious trophy. Her heart swelled with an emotion so powerful it brought tears to her eyes. She had done it, clutching the whisker as if it were the most valuable jewel in the world. Leah ran all the way back to the village, her feet barely touching the ground. She burst into the wise man's home, her face flushed with victory. "I have it," she exclaimed, holding out her trembling hand. "I have the lion's whisker." The old man looked at the whisker, then at Leah's triumphant, beaming face. He took the small, stiff hair from her palm, and without a word, he turned and tossed it into the heart of the crackling fire. It sizzled and vanished in an instant. Leah stared in disbelief, her joy turning to shock and then to anger. "What have you done?" she cried. "All that work, all that patience, for nothing. You've destroyed the magic." The old man smiled gently, his eyes twinkling. "My dear child," he said softly, "there was never any magic in the whisker. The potion was just a story." Leah was confused. "Then, why?" He gestured for her to sit. "Tell me," he began. "How did you get this whisker from a fierce, wild lion?" Leah recounted her story, the daily visits, the food, the soft voice, the slow, patient process of building trust until the fearsome beast willingly rested his head in her lap. As she spoke, she began to understand. The old man nodded. "The magic," he said, "was not in the whisker. It was in you. The patience, the courage, the gentleness, the understanding you used to tame a wild lion. These are the true ingredients. Your husband is not a lion, Leah. He is a man with a wounded heart. Go home and use the same magic on him." A wave of realization washed over Leah. The journey had not been about a potion at all. It had been about discovering the strength and patience within herself. She left the old man's hut not with a magical solution, but with something far more powerful, a newfound wisdom. She returned home and began to court her husband's heart with the same gentle persistence she had shown the lion. She listened to his silence, she respected his grief, and she offered her love without expectation, building a bridge of trust, day by patient day. Slowly, beautifully, Kaelen's heart began to heal, and a new love story, their love story, finally began to blossom. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. See you in the next video.